I remember we talked about Twister a long time ago, and
Yeah.
as soon as anyone mentions Twister, I see that scene in front of my eyes with the cow spinning round
Yes, that's right.
over and over and then flying off, thinking, oh, this is great. This is great fun. So when I saw Twisters turning up, I was thinking, okay, well, I hope this is great fun as well. Let's find out.
Okay, so the original Twister, fun, action, disaster hybrid from Jan de Bont, who was the cinematographer on films like Die Hard and then directed Speed. So the plot of Twister, which was co-written by Michael Crichton, there are people who run toward tornadoes. Wow. Okay. In this case, they run toward tornadoes in order to get a device called Dorothy inside the tornado so they can understand it, and do so. But that's literally the setup. And it was twisty fun, became the second highest grossing film of the year that it came out. Did it need a sequel? No. There was a reboot in development 2020 with Joseph Kosinski from the Top Gun franchise. And apparently Helen Hunt had wanted to write and direct a sequel. She wrote a script that she wanted to direct in which her character appears at the beginning, would be killed off early on, and would then tell a different story. Anyway, that didn't happen. Now what we have is a standalone sequel from a story by Joseph Kosinski and a script by Mark L. Smith, who was worked with George Clooney on things like Boys in the Boat, and directed by Lee Isaac.
And he was in The Fall, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. Mark L. Smith, brother of Mark E. Smith. And directed by the guy who directed Minari, okay? So a director with a track record of low-key character development. Obviously we'll be able to bring that to the twisty fun of this, $200 million blockbuster. Does he bring that? No. If Minari met Twisters, the latter would literally just tear through the farm where they were planting that Korean titular plant and just throw everything out the window. Because here is the plot of Twisters, okay? So the plot of Twister is there are people who run towards tornadoes. The plot of Twisters is there's a lot more people who run towards a lot more tornadoes, okay? So literally the plot goes like this. Oh, there's a tornado. Let's run towards tornado. Let's run towards tornado. Oh, no, it's scary. Let's run away. Oh, no, terrible things have happened. I must run away from tornadoes. Now, a few years later, I'm now living a long way away from tornadoes now. Oh, and just some friend says we must get back to tornadoes.
Is this an Eddie Izzard picture?
Yeah, it is, essentially, yeah. Because, it's like, no, there's a lot of tornadoes, but there's a lot of people running towards them. Let's run towards those. No, it's scary. Run away. It's the same plan. So Daisy Edgar-Jones of Ordinary People, who you like very much, you interviewed her, I think, for...
I didn't interview her for Normal People. I interviewed her for that very handsome...
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Correct.
That's the bunny.
That's okay. What I spoke to her for, yeah.
So she's Kate, who is a young tornado chaser who discovers that running towards tornadoes can be very dangerous and bad things can happen. So traumatic events cause her to step away. And then a former friend and colleague, played by Andy Ramos, gets in touch and says he's got a new bit of machinery, which is basically the same thing as Dorothy, that they now go back, chase some more tornadoes to track the formation of a tornado. So she comes out of retirement, goes back to Oklahoma, wherever, hoping to test a product that will stop tornadoes by causing them to precipitate or something. Anyway, when she gets there, Glenn Powell is there, who is this cowboy-style tornado wrangler with a YouTube channel who is clearly just in it for lols and glory. Here's a clip. There's two of them. Is it going to go left or is it going to go right? We'll go left. He's going to go right. Run towards the tornado. Oh, no, we're in the tornado. It's all smashing everything up. Run away from the tornado. Run away from the tornado.
Like that.
Oh, no. Yeah, but now, now I've got to sit down and, worry about the past. And then there's more tornadoes. Run to more tornadoes. No, it's all terrible again. Run away. And then in the middle of this, there is an undercooked sort of human story going on that is so undercooked that when it was resolved at the end, I didn't understand what was going on. There's literally a thing at the end that I was going, sorry, is there supposed to be chemistry between those two people? I hadn't even noticed. Here's the thing, right? I saw this in IMAX, right? And I have to tell you, the audience loved it. People were applauding, people were cheering, people were whooping. Robbie Collin of this parish absolutely loved it, particularly loves a scene in which tornado cinema interface, blah, 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 which I just thought, oh, yes, I like Gremlins more. But the audience really, really loved it. Also remember, there was a Twister ride at Universal from whenever it was, 1998 to 2015, Twister Ride It Out. So the whole thing has always kind of been a bit of a theme park ride. But what I don't understand is how can you do all this and literally have a script that could have been written on the back of a cigarette packet or like some kind of AI character generation software? There is so little chemistry between the central cast, as I said, that I was genuinely baffled when something that was meant to be a sort of broiling, tense relationship. I had no idea that. I mean, where are Helen Hunt and Bill Paxton when you need them? This has been compared to Top Gun Maverick, for the big screen event of the year. But, look, for all its flying sequences, Top Gun Maverick had a plot I can remember and people I actually care about. In this, it's got Harry Haddon Payton from Downton playing a posh British journo character who's a bit of he's a bit of an arse and an utterly empty caricature. The director's previous work had this lovely score by Emil Mosseri. This has got this thunderous, romping score that goes, big tornado, big tornado, big tornado. And like the title, it's huge and empty and it will suck in everything around it. But at the center of it, there's just a big vacuum. I mean, look, I hope it's a hit. And I'm sure it will be, because from the response that I saw in the IMAX, people were going nuts. I mean, people were literally cheering and throwing popcorn in the air. And apparently Tom Cruise was at the screening I was at. I didn't even notice. But from where I was standing, it was literally just the same set piece over and over again. Tornado, run towards the tornado. Oh, no, it's turned the car over. No, that's bad. It's bad. The tornado is bad. Run away, run away, run away. And then,
you could describe any disaster movie like that.
No, you couldn't. No, absolutely not. Towering Inferno, the building is on fire. Fine, but there are 7 different stories going on about people's relationships, including the thing with Fred Astaire and the cat, which you're actually at least equally interested in as you are at the story of the Towering Inferno. The Poseidon Adventure, all the stuff with, I'm thin in the water, all the character development stuff about Gene Hackman and his religion and the fact that, whether or not he's railing against God. Even Earthquake, which is rubbish, really. Even Earthquake has got a surprising moment at the end when something you really didn't expect to happen happens. This is literally spectacle. Now, for me, the spectacle was, okay, fine, but special effects can do anything now. When they did the first Twister, one of the things it was dependent on was whether or not they could actually generate something that looked like a tornado, digitally. And when they thought they could, they thought, okay, we better write a plot around that. And the plot is there are people who run toward tornadoes. Now we know they can do that. The plot is there are more people running toward more tornadoes. And the effect is just dissipated. As I said, I know I'm out of step. The audience in the screening I was in loved it. I was bored. And I just wish that somebody had sat down and gone, the tornadoes, we can do that. Could we actually write characters that anyone cares about or believes in?
Maybe spectacle is enough, Maybe they were applauding in a whooping because of spectacle.
It's not. Well, I mean, look, yes, maybe spectacle is enough. It isn't, though, is it? It just isn't. I mean, it just isn't.